All right. So, hey everyone. Today we've decided to dive into Spotify Wrapped. Sumant and I both looked at our Spotify app and also see other apps doing similar things. So, we thought let's have a discussion around this and try to unpack it and see what lessons we can draw. I am not a big Spotify user. What about you, Sumant? Are you like, is there something that you really wait for, like Spotify Wrapped?
First, I'm a big Spotify user. I'm just surprised when I see it. I feel like the reason why I chose Spotify is because it understands my music taste well and I can't
Yeah.
transfer that to any other app. When I saw it, I was very pleasantly surprised. And it's very different every year. These are the
Mm,
guys who came up with the rap first, but it's been like so unique this year. And I think there's
interesting.
some very interesting elements of social shareability that they've played with.
Yeah.
I'm very curious to see them and explore them.
Yeah. Great. So when I was going through my Wrapped, I just recorded it. I didn't really spend any time thinking through what this is, but maybe I just share it here. So yeah, this is what I got.
Amazing.
Yeah. I love the designs. There was a different design language this time
Yeah.
around. 9090.
You do
Yeah.
spend time on it.
I mean, and one of the things it revealed, like I just use it for podcasts a lot, much for
I see.
music. So I think it just gave me like a combined thing. Then
Uh-huh.
tastes like yours can't be defined, but let's try anyway. I do listen to 158 genres. I didn't know this at all. I don't know how it's calculating it. So yeah, I
Yeah.
listen to a lot of devotional. I've been playing some devotional songs for my baby, indie folk,
Wow.
Bollywood,
Very
classical.
nice.
Okay. Okay, interesting. I don't know how it distinguishes Desi and Bollywood. To me, it's like the same thing. But yeah. So yeah, some
Nice.
categories. And yeah, this was interesting. It didn't have it last time,
Uh-huh.
like a listening age. I don't remember it like the last time I saw rap, but this time it gave me my listening age, which is great. Then it asked me to guess my number one. So
Yeah.
I think it stopped here. But yeah, super cool. Was it similar for you? Similar sort of.
It is similar. I think it's very similar in terms of questions.
Yeah.
I liked a couple of things, right? Let me see if I have the whole experience.
You should.
Let me see.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
think
great.
it's yeah. You can see this, right?
I can see it. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
nice. Yeah,
So
similar. So.
yeah, so I think you can start from the beginning for this.
Mm,
So this is the Spotify Wrapped, and yeah, like I listen to
it.
380, 38,000, 26
Mm,
days,
yeah.
but 383 genres. So this is all showing what he did. So
Yeah.
I think I'll just mention what I noticed. You notice
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
the interaction pattern between different screens or transition screens is swipe up. And swipe up is the most common pattern for Reels and TikTok.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and I remember Spotify Wrapped was story based
Yes.
for
Yes.
the last
Yes.
few years. This was the one
Yes.
change I noticed that they
Yeah.
followed an engagement pattern that people are comfortable with or
Yeah.
more engaged with. So that was interesting.
On this, I think Spotify Wrapped is both like an engagement, but also like an acquisition feature, right? So they
Yeah.
want essentially users to share it.
Yeah.
So do you know how it looks when you share? Most users will still share it as a story, right? Uh,
They should,
yeah.
they've
Okay.
built these shareable moments. All these
Yeah.
metrics are essentially like a shareable moment for you,
Okay. Yeah.
right? So the 383 genres is a shareable moment, or you share it on
Mm,
WhatsApp, then you get
yeah.
somebody else to do it too. I think
Yeah.
all these insights or metrics are just to create shareable moments, which kind of makes
Okay.
sense.
Generally, users just share one screen,
Yeah,
shareable moment.
it could be one
Uh,
metric, one screen, or at the end
yeah.
also you see all of this stuff. So I think they put all of them together too.
Got it.
Here, I think it was that song. Oh, yes, too fast. So this is good. I think they made it a fun game in between and made it interactive instead of
Yeah.
just swiping up.
Exactly. Exactly.
So this is nice. I'm sure that helped with the completion rates. This was
Mm.
a interesting. I think they just came to the drawing board and they're like, let's try something super new. And everyone gave these crazy ideas and they put them together. Like this
Yeah.
is such a interesting graphic, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
to tell you.
Yeah.
And this is actually very cool. This is something new. Let's say you've been listening to some of these guys, right, for a while.
Mm.
Now you're a super fan. Let's say of Daft
Yeah.
Punk. they've created a video from the artist thanking you. So it's this is very personal, right? Like, and it's a win-win for both sides, for artists and these guys. It's pretty cool. Um, and then like I think there's some more data, but I know what people are. Yeah, there's more. Yeah, so the initial part was more like metrics for you, and this is not social. I think a lot of social stuff coming in, top 3% and stuff like that. Yeah, and I think this is the shareable. This one is shareable for you. This mostly goes on the stories. And this is interesting. What do you do on these days? Yeah. Yeah. They pick like the birthday. What do you do on a birthday? What are you doing? What is your biggest music listen day? I think they figured out all these days based on these themes, and there's an explanation to that. But interesting stuff. Yeah. And this is the social aspect of startup party. But yeah, like this was really, really cool. So the party is also fun, right? I think it's like a battle against each other. You find out who was better, and I think that that was a good, fun thing to do with friends. Social sort of gamification. Yeah, join using the code, and we will battle in the sense that you will compare different metrics. Were you the top fan, or better than this, or better than that? And then at the end, you can just say, hey, I was good at most of the things. I remember having, I'm just opening up the chat with who I had this with. Let me see. Uh, Yeah, so I sent a screenshot of 2025 party. Total, there's a compatibility score as well. Like I got an 82% match with this friend. But they do compatibility and they say, you did better on this, you did better on that. So it's, and then like there's also a quiz aspect to it where they ask who did better. It's more or less just comparison because it's essentially about comparing who's better, right? The social aspect is more or less that. Not as yeah. Yeah, 100%. I think you got it right. Just that. And because this is something that's not visible, right? Like you don't share what you've been listening to. It's literally just you and your phone. I think this is that one moment to share with everyone what you've been doing for the last 1 year. So, so I think that becomes the moment for some people. Yeah. 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 I'd rather teach people do this. The thing is, they have also created so many metrics that it's not a screenshot that you share and compare. Because there's so many metrics, you have to share at least 5 screenshots. So it's much easier to just join with a code and find out the whole thing. And maybe they made some metrics exclusive, like match percentage. I also noticed Spotify has features that exist outside of Wrapped as well. They have a Spotify blend, which is essentially the match percentage. Then they also have Spotify capsule, which shows how much you listen to, which album you've been listening to for 1 week. It looks like they've been having this. I think Wrapped becomes that way to just consolidate and like share and get people in. That's interesting. Correct. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nice. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then
Mm,
this was quite the year
nice.
for you. And here too, I'm like
Uh-huh.
I'm swiping down. So
Okay.
we're
Wow.
still quoting it, and I don't know what else is there. So these are the top
Yeah.
countries. Your fans have great taste. And then it tells me what else do they listen to, like what other podcasts they listen
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's again
Yeah.
revealing something which we didn't know. And yeah, this is
Yeah.
very short, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
both ends. So it's pretty cool.
It's
Yeah.
good.
Mm.
Yeah. And I guess if it was a health and wellness app, right, like a Star or
Mm.
something, this was great for annual subscriptions. And
Yeah,
like in a way, if you do the renewal, I'll be like, okay, you gave me something at least.
exactly.
I
So
actually like, yeah, good. Yeah, please go ahead.
I was just about to ask, how would you summarize what are some of the core features of rap? What exactly
Yeah.
do they seem to be doing?
That's the mind map. It's visual.
Mind map. Yeah.
So I think let's maybe like define. I mean, and feel free to like, please tell me if you
Yeah.
think this makes sense. I'll just put the flow in. Goals. I think the goals is a different question and it's a deeper question,
Mm.
but let's look at the flow. What I like, I noticed the engagement patterns, existing engagement patterns are utilized, right? Typing up is so common now and it's associated
Mm.
with dopamine.
Yeah.
I think they switch from stories to this is what I noticed. I like that. And maybe
Yeah.
it's also
Yeah.
something I'd consider for completion rate for any transition skills.
Yeah.
I think the metrics, unique metrics and insights about you,
Yeah.
which you didn't know about, was
Exactly.
nice. I, what else do you think was? I think we can just populate things from there.
I think
What
I'll
else
just
do you
add to
think?
the I'll just add to the metrics and
Yeah,
insights is like an element of gamification because it asks you to guess also. It doesn't just throw information. It deepens the engagement by making you guess which was your favorite
yeah.
song, for example. Um,
Ah,
yeah.
and then I think throughout the experience, I felt like they were anticipating I'll drop off here, and then they added something there to make me stick on for longer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, like because
And
I mean, it could get a little too much, like too many metrics, too many
yeah.
observations. How much more do you want to do?
Yeah. Yeah. To your point, exactly. Animations, like just the transitions from one metric to another. That was really
Yeah,
delightful. And yeah, it was telling a story in itself, like the racing animation of different artists. Exactly. So yeah, they're really tracking how many users complete it and they want everybody
yeah.
to complete it, get as many shareable moments as possible. So yeah.
Do you think they did a good job with the shareability?
I think this is where there is a double edged sword because if I'm so engaged, I want to keep swiping, right? I don't want to pause in the middle and share because I'm
Yeah.
more excited about what's coming next. So, and I think they solve for it by providing summary. Like at the end of the experience, you
Yeah.
all the shareable moments together.
Mm,
I don't think they're optimizing for sharing while the experience is going on because
mm,
they want you to continue being engaged. But at the end of it, they give you the option to share again,
yeah.
like the summary of your genres, etc. They show it again. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that was
Yeah.
necessary because otherwise they'll lose users who
Yeah.
just kept swiping, right?
But
Who
but
was so engaged.
but my natural way to share is just take a screenshot. I don't even click the share button.
Interesting.
So when I see
Yeah.
something interesting, I just take a screenshot. So it's there,
Mm.
and then later I use WhatsApp to text it to people. So in fact,
Do
what Spotify has is yeah,
yeah.
good.
Yeah. Good. Good.
So Spotify has this, and most of the apps are now having this thing. They can listen to the screenshot action, and they
Yeah.
trigger a model, which is
Yeah.
the share model on that trigger.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I think people expect like share screenshots are the way to share at this point.
Yeah. Did that happen? Do you remember if that happened in Spotify app?
I don't think it was just
Let
that.
me check.
I don't think it happened to me. Because
Okay.
I would have been like, this sucks. Like, what is this experience? I would have at least complained about it. I don't think I complained
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
don't think.
think they knew and just removed it. Very well done
Yeah.
on that side. What else was nice? They had this AI report. So I think it was okay. I wasn't very amazed by it. Oh yeah, the social what's usually what happens is it's a dead end, right? Like usual wraps are yeah, you saw the wrap and you close it. But now it's they're making you take an action. The action is create a party and get more friends. So you're creating the next best action for them, which is not a dead
Yeah.
end. It's a loop that you've built. And I
Exactly.
think this is an example of a good viral loop, referral
Yeah.
viral loop that built
Yeah.
out of
Yeah.
Spotify Wrapped for that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of that
Yeah.
that ends in engagement. It's not just you sharing on social media and Spotify acquiring users, but those users are automatically engaged by this loop because they'll join a party and they'll start
Correct.
playing around. So um,
And I think it might actually do this thing where if people see their best friend is listening to a lot of songs, they'll be more encouraged to listen to songs and actually use Spotify. Do you feel like using Spotify after seeing my rap?
of course, I mean, I may not be affected by number of minutes, but if you see like a new
Yeah.
genre in your friend's rap, right? You're like,
Yeah.
hey, I haven't checked out this genre.
Yeah.
Typically, all of these things are what the product solves for on a daily basis
Yeah.
by exposing new genres to you. But yeah, that's a better, more impactful way to expose something through a rap of a friend. You are like, hey, I should check this artist out. I haven't checked this artist out. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think,
Now, if I, yeah, they, now if I, like, sorry, I'm just thinking on this.
yeah,
If we think what it's not done well, and I don't know how it's solving for, like,
yeah,
an example of you, right? How do new users come into this loop?
yeah,
This is not built for new users at all, right?
yeah.
They would be actually discouraged to come to this loop. It's like breaking a streak. They're like, screw this. I don't have any data. I'm not going to embarrass myself by even going on Spotify.
Mhm. That's so, yeah, that's
So
a great
I
point.
guess, so how does
Yeah.
this do new user acquisition? I don't know. I have no idea if that works.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they have a threshold, like if the listening minutes is under some threshold, they don't even expose you to rap. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's probably not meant
correct,
for casual Spotify users at all. It's like more for power users.
correct. So then it's not like acquisition at all at this point. Right? It's not
Mm,
acquisition for
yeah.
sure. So then it's maybe, it's just engagement and retention.
It is
Primary
still
goal is,
acquisition. I would say it's still acquisition because you are not a user, you're a casual user, but you see your friend's story on Instagram where they share their rap and you're like, I'll start using Spotify. This sounds really interesting. So they could still end up acquiring
yeah,
new users and give them a direction
yeah.
through, hey, I want to go and check out these three or four genres. And rap became like a push for that.
Yeah, I think you're right. But maybe there is a way where we could also get new users to win in this, right? It's not like they're not listening to any songs. Maybe they've been using Apple Music to do this.
Mm, mm.
So, I mean, like, simplest thing could be like they just take screenshots and upload from Apple and this thing generates it. But no, the problem or idea is there a way to not exclude the users? Like you will see Spotify Wrapped and they'll be like, okay, next year will be my year. But is there a way they can also join the party in terms
Yeah.
is what I was considering, but it's maybe a hard problem to solve. I'm sure they thought about it a bit.
Yeah. I mean, beyond the social media shares, even if you think about the
Mm.
Spotify like rap party, new
Mm.
user can still come into the party and like they can still guess it, but yeah, they'll be the odd one out for sure. So
Be a negative experience, right? Like you see, you lose everything. So you'll end up being dejected by the experience that is supposed to make you happy.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's unhappy. So you might as well not show it. If it's under certain minutes, don't even show it. I believe this creator rap was a similar example. They could do things more around insights. It's not actually your insights, it's somebody else's insights. That people who listen to your podcast also listen to these podcasts. That's a very small data point, right? In the sense, like, you don't need your data to get that answer. So I'm just
yeah,
thinking what users could do is they can add a few friends into their, it's a different feature probably, but they add a few friends that they would want to build a playlist on or get insights on. And then what you talked about as things like discover new genres, do this so that maybe it could build that kind of rap.
hmm
Maybe build a rap for their friends instead of you. I don't know if that works. But
yeah.
yeah.
Or
But it's
maybe
a, yeah.
I
Yeah.
won't even call it a shortcoming of the feature. Maybe the feature is just I think it's a good feature when it's designed for a specific user
Yeah.
base. It just solves for a specific problem. yeah,
Yeah.
it solves for engagement, retention, and of course virality via social.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think what you were saying, new users, there is an activation problem, which probably
Mm,
is not going to get solved through Wrapped. It's going to get solved
yeah.
through the actual product and how they're getting onboarded and how does their home tab look like? What are the first few recommendations that get shown? I don't think Wrapped
Yeah.
would be able to solve for their activation problems. So yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
doing a good enough job.
I still
And
think this a way.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
I get
let's
your
go
point. I get
deeper.
your point. I think I'm just trying to see if there is a way you can still solve it. One
Mm.
example I remember seeing on Strava was they would release the Wrapped a month earlier than December and tell them
Mm.
you have 1 month remaining to still update your Wrap.
Mm.
New users can still come in and listen to all the stocks they bought in 1 month and join
Yeah,
the Wrap.
yeah. That's a great idea. A rap countdown of sorts, right? Like,
Yeah,
yes, to go to your rap, this
correct.
is where you are, a
Yeah.
motivator. Yeah,
You can
sorts.
have
Yeah,
a
that's it.
challenge that says you have 30 days left. Every day, come
Yeah,
back and just start lift. Add a playlist, do this, do that.
yeah, yeah,
It's like a fitness tool for a fitness app. It would make sense for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that is just a fun thingy. I just added
That
here.
was fun.
1 month to update your app.
Yeah.
And I don't know, then the leaderboard can also be like for new users. Okay, I think we can just like stop there. Okay, fine. Like this is good. This is, I think, great.
Yeah.
Segue into a question: why do rap? I think is maybe something we should ask. And who should do the rap? Like, why are you doing a rap in Fabulous?
No, we aren't doing any rap. We've considered it, but we aren't. I think rap as a. I think it works for Spotify because it's both an engagement and acquisition mechanism. Because
Yeah.
Spotify's scale, the acquisition payoff is huge because they will get new users acquired through a wrapped story, which they won't have otherwise. But for our scale, I
Mhm.
don't think it's that huge. So the acquisition benefits may not be there, but the engagement benefits could be there if our social was built more. That's why if we haven't really invested in it, but it's
Okay.
definitely something worth trying. Now that it's become so common across apps,
Yeah.
and users are so comfortable with seeing their data as well.
Yeah.
Because earlier there was also like things like, hey, is it weird for users to see their data being
Hmm.
analyzed and shared back to them? But now users are getting more and
Oh
more
yeah.
comfortable. If you can offer them a good insight rather than just telling
Yeah.
them very basic things, if you can offer them a good insight,
So
it's worth doing.
I actually, you know what? This privacy part of it, like, is my data being used, is
Yeah.
actually something of concern because
Yeah.
yeah, done the granular graph and
Hmm.
it is good, but it's also a little
Mm.
scary.
Yeah.
It tells you who you've been speaking to the most. It tells you
Okay.
what's the most used phrase in your
Mm.
conversations. I think it's
Mm.
nice, but in the back of my head, I'm like, hey, these are all my meetings.
Yeah.
What are you doing with
Yeah.
this data?
Yeah. Let's
It's a
think those
little
lines, right?
creepy.
Would you like a chat GPT rap? Like, would you, if chat GPT tells you that, hey, or Claude tells you that, hey, these were your common questions,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
was the theme that you spent most time this year talking about. I don't know. I
yeah,
may not. Yeah.
yeah. I think I might have mixed feelings on that. I like to know
Mm.
all my pattern is like for my own personal use, but it's just
Yeah.
like the secondary thing. I mean, it's not like I don't know that they're not using the data, but
Yeah.
it's, I guess it's also the insights, right? Like what kind of insights you show. I think the more personal it gets, that's where it becomes a problem. You can't, I think saying that, saying some, I think some things in the insight, it should be high level. Like, hey,
Yeah.
you spent 80% of the time talking. That is high level. But if you say these are the phrases that you use, that's a little too serious for me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe when you decide on the metrics or insights, I think at what level do you stop is maybe important. It has to be maybe a good mix of
Mm.
high level and personalized, but not too personalized.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I think of it like backwards, right? Like,
Hmm.
what exactly is Spotify Rap doing? And for me, it's essentially doing three things, right? It's one, motivating the user by congratulating them that, hey, like you've done so much this year, you've explored so many genres. It's offering them a unique insight, which they didn't know. Like, this was your favorite song, and they could have guessed it, but it's still like a reveal. So they learn something interesting in a gamified way. And then the third thing it does
Yeah.
is it gives them a sense of community that you are a part of this larger tribe. And then yeah, if you want to continue exploring this, you can start a party. So it's like it's a good recipe for providing these three
Yeah.
benefits or values to the users.
Yeah.
If I were to think through this for an app, like, are these three things useful for your user base? Are you trying to solve for these three things through other features? And if you
Yeah.
are actually trying to solve for these three things, so maybe your app is something you should do, right? Like
Yeah.
um, I mean, your app is around motivation. You want to keep motivating users. So
Yeah.
um, whatever actions they are taking in your app, it could be, let's say, language lessons completed or workouts completed. It's a good opportunity to congratulate them that you've come this far, give them that statistic back, and perhaps even offer them a unique insight.
Yeah.
This is the language. You try different languages, but you are most proficient in Spanish. You've made most progress in Spanish. Give them something new, but it still comes out as an insight. It's not that obvious to them. Similarly, community. If you are trying to motivate users through community, communicate to them that they're a part of a tribe, like, this is again a good opportunity, because
Yeah.
as you'll analyze the data, you'll find patterns in it and you'll find clusters of users, letting them
Yeah.
know which cluster they belong.
Yeah.
Can be a good way to motivate them.
Yeah. No, I think this is a great way to define it, right? What is happening.
Yeah.
And the sequence makes so much sense. You're giving them stats, then telling them you're
Mm.
part of this. You're giving them some insights too. And they're telling
Yeah.
that you're around top 1% of the people like you or people who
Yeah.
do this. And I think like maybe this follow up or a thought there. What actions are you proud of sharing and what actions are not? I think that plays a big factor in whether the app works or not. In fact, I think listening to songs is not very proud. I think that's why
Exactly.
they
Yeah.
kind of focus on the metrics and the community aspect. It's
Yeah.
okay. Other people do it too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's interesting. But let's say if it's like stats like Strava, right? Like total workouts or something like that. I
Mm.
don't like this is so useful. I would love to see how much I've done and some insights on this. This is very, very valuable. I'm proud of
Mm.
it. I don't really care if community or not. I mean, that's good too, but this is awesome.
Yeah.
But let's
Yeah.
say order
Yeah.
completed. I don't want to see how much I've spent. So no fintech app can
Exactly.
do that.
Like, time spent
I
in
don't
the
know if it,
app. Like,
yeah.
last I want to see is like how much
Oh, yeah.
time I've spent in the app or how much currency I've spent in the app. I don't care about that, right? Like,
Yeah.
if the app has some form of logging, has tracked my outcomes, let's say it's a fitness app
Yeah.
and I've actually logged my weight, I want to see I want to
Yeah.
see the progress I've made. Maybe I want to see the ups and downs. Like, it wasn't a linear journey. There were some
Yeah.
good months, bad months. So it's a good moment for me to reflect on the entire
Yeah.
journey. The another thing that apps could try, right? This Wrapped is essentially a moment of reflection. You were doing it while going through the experience. I listened to all of these things, but I think that's something, and this is more of what the apps could do with Wrap, not like a filter to
Yeah.
Wrap. This is also an opportunity for reflection
Mm.
for the user. For example, if it's an app around motivation, this is a great opportunity for goal setting. You can set the goals for next year, whatever
Ah,
the duration is. If it's like a monthly wrap doesn't need to always be end of year. Apps can also choose different cadences of it. This is a great opportunity for goal setting. You are reflecting on your journey and then you are saying, hey, what do I want next year to look
yeah.
like? And like the next 1 month or 1 quarter to look like.
Yeah.
Reset workouts, if it's Strava, for example, or,
Yeah.
language lessons.
Dude, this is awesome. This makes so much sense. Strava,
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
fact, like any health and wellness or whatever productivity app should
Yeah.
just like tell you where you are now, give the next action to set the goals, and then sort it. You can get your
Yeah.
conversions through this. Actually, you can use Wrap to convert people from premium.
Yeah. Yeah. You can
That could
use
be a
Wrap to Or you can use Wrap to upsell as well, right? Like,
yeah,
again, use the same recipe, congratulate them on the progress they've made. And of course,
yeah,
you don't want to expose it to everyone in the app. You obviously
yeah,
would want to do it for power users or exclude the casual users, because there isn't much to congratulate. In this case,
yeah,
there is an activation problem probably there. So you want to congratulate them. You want to offer them a unique insight which increases
Yeah.
trust in the platform, because the
Yeah.
unique insight can tell the user that this is not just a platform that's tracking me, this is a platform that's understanding me, and I'm actually learning something about my use case, my workouts, my language learning, whatever the use case is. So this is adding so much value.
Yeah.
Then it gives you a sense of community that, hey, I'm not alone, I'm doing all of this. So all of these three things are giving me a sense of motivation. It's a wonderful opportunity to set the goal for the next year, like present a new plan for them or a new tier for them to upgrade to. If nothing else, just
Oh,
set the goal
yeah.
and continue as a
Yeah,
retail
yeah,
user.
yeah. I think you hit the right point. If you have to think about this as a monetization experiment, it's actually so cool. See, you have
Mm.
all the aspects of monetization paywall. You need some
Mm.
social validation. Imagine you
Mm.
tell them total workout is 50. You can, and then the next step is next screen says that you can increase this up to 70 using
Mm.
this feature, which is paywall, that 30% users like your use. Like it's so easy.
Yeah.
It's so easy to
Yeah.
just like do this.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
I really feel like maybe the next rap we do, I mean, it'll take us a year, but hopefully
Yeah.
we should run these
Yeah.
experiments.
Exactly. Let's
It's
think
so
more.
cool.
Let's think of one or two more things, right? Like how
So
if
yeah,
an app.
actually, I have one more note I wanted to share. One more
Awesome.
thing on this side.
Yeah.
So I think we talked about what actions to share and what actions not to share and other goals. When you're defining insights, I think what we need to maybe focus on is somehow have a positive spin to any insight you share. Any insight has to be
Mm.
positive or neutral.
Yeah. Of course.
And I think
Yeah.
that has to be a framework for anything. Like if some
Yeah.
users have done only two workouts, this is going to be a little sad. So it has to be something
Yeah.
else, or we don't show this. The goal of Wrapped is also like, how there are people who are optimistic with you, even if you're doing horrible, you're like the
Yeah.
worst
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
worst. They tell you the one good thing or two good things about you
Exactly.
to get you up and
Yeah.
running. I think that's
Yeah.
what Wrapped does. It's just look,
Yeah.
1,000 things are bad, but two things are good. And then tell them like,
Yeah.
dude, 95% of you like this, where like you like last year. This year they're much better. So maybe make
Mm.
this your year.
Mm. Yeah.
I didn't know rap was so deep.
There's a lot going on. It's already percolating into all the other apps. I didn't know that Strava and YouTube had it, and
Yeah,
Granola also has it. These
dude,
apps are
granola.
doing it.
Strava is fine, but
Yeah.
granola having it is one of But yeah, I think that was not done. I feel like it was not.
Yeah.
I did take screenshots, but I didn't share it because I was like,
Mm.
maybe it's a little too personal to share. So yeah, there's actually
Yeah.
another thing. Like shareability, if you share something, it can't be too personal. So you miss out on the shareability factor of it if it becomes too personalized.
Exactly. There's another sort of checklist for an app,
Yeah,
right? Like,
correct.
is there an actual use case for this? You can try to answer through all of these questions, right? Do you have stats to congratulate the user on? Do you actually have any unique insights to offer them? Is there a sense of community? Probably if you hit one or two out of these three, there is, there is merit in exploring this for your app. But then the other thing is the privacy aspect.
Yeah,
Sometimes users like just it will feel creepy for the user itself. But
yeah,
even if it doesn't feel creepy for them, is
yeah,
it still good enough to be shared? Like, of course, a user
yeah,
will be happy to share 50 workouts done.
yeah,
There could be stuff which is not creepy, but I still don't
yeah.
want to share it. It's still, I
Like,
want to hold on
uh,
to this. I don't want to share it with other
yeah.
people.
I'll give an
Yeah.
example of how Strava
Mm.
could get it wrong from our
Yeah.
inside. One insight could be this is the place from where you run the most. Okay, and they show a map of the
Yeah.
area where
Exactly.
you run.
Yeah.
Now, if
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
share
Yeah.
this, I think it's gone.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good example of a bad
It's a good
insight to
example.
share.
Yeah. It's not creepy because, of course, as a Strava user, I know that they're tracking my location. But yeah, that doesn't
Yeah,
mean I want to screenshot and share it. I think that's,
and
yeah.
keep it most common and stuff, right? Yeah, that's that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think this was awesome, and I think we got some sort of framework or notes on how to do this. We
Yeah.
also explored how other apps have done it and how they could do it wrong. Do you think in the next sessions we take an app and do a wrap for it? We can even do
Yes.
a wrap
Yeah.
for Fabulous in
Oh,
a
yeah.
30-minute session.
I think this is something that prototyping would be very easy, right? Because all the AI tools already have so much context on this, so they know
Yeah.
just. But yeah. maybe we can even do 2 or 3 use cases like wrap for X and sort of, yeah, maybe
Yeah,
we'll just begin with one. And if we get time,
correct,
we
correct.
can try a few
I
more.
think more importantly, I wanted just do a loop of how would someone think of Raft and design it
Yeah.
for an example app. And what is the thinking behind the whole thing? I think maybe the outcome is like we do get something, but it's not the best.
Yeah.
But at
Yeah.
least like anyone who listens to this podcast can try the
Yeah.
same thing. I
Exactly.
mean, we only have 14 days, but hopefully at
Yeah.
least next year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Awesome. You want to try summarizing all we
Yeah,
covered today? Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So we have I think the year end sort of engagement experience called Rap. That's like going around, right? I think everyone's been talking about it. We spoke about that. And Spotify was a highlight. They've done a pretty good job. I think from our whole podcast, we could understand the depth in the thinking. Even when we thought it was wrong, I think it was actually right when they spent more time on it. So they really cracked the 3 steps, I think, which you talked about, where first you congratulate on what you've done, whatever the stats are, how many minutes you listen to, which genres you listen to, etc. Then they show you unique insights on what you've done. And then they show, okay, you're amongst this larger group of people who do this. And then the social aspect of it, where compare yourself with other people who do this. I think that's a very nice framework that really fits for them. And then we tried exploring how can other apps use this framework, or is this framework valid for other apps? And I think we found some notes on how to do certain things. Let's say in unique insights, we can't go too personal and we can maybe be more positive about it. Maybe in most cases, we can't do social. Some actions you can be proud of, some actions you're not proud of. Let's say how much money you spent. Like, I don't want to see that. I think those are some examples. And I think it was a really good discussion of the thinking behind rap.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Awesome.
What is your take on it?
No, I echo what you said. Today's conversation just helped me break down Wrap, try to understand what are the lessons that can be applied to other apps. What's the secret sauce here? As you said, it's a good opportunity to congratulate the user, motivate them by showing their progress, then offer a unique insight in a gamified way, give them a sense of community that it's just not you, you're not alone. You do belong to a tribe and a continued experience beyond that. And yeah, it really helped understand the secret sauce. And I think that's a good lens to think through when considering whether you should build an app for your own app, whether these 3 value props actually apply. Maybe you've seen some promise with these value props, right? You've seen some promise by congratulating the user or giving back insights to the user. And if those things have worked, probably this is a good way to bring all of it together and offer it to the user. We also discussed where apps don't need to stop here, right? They can go beyond this and even use Wrapped as a goal setting mechanism. A user going through Wrapped is essentially reflecting on their entire journey. That's
Yeah.
a great point to make them set future goals, which could become a great engagement motivator, but also a monetization moment if they want to upsell to a newer plan. The end of Wrap could be a great opportunity. How Wrap looks would vary from app to app, but there is a lot of potential to replicate it in the nice way and add more features.
I was very excited about the paywall and the monetization experiment. I think, like you said, first part is about just give some sort of value to users, and then you can get them to do something.
Yeah.
Spotify made them get more people in, but
Yes.
you could
Yes.
get paywall done, get more
Yeah.
engagement in there. If you break it down
Yeah.
that way, there's a lot more moving parts you can play around with. That's nice.
Exactly. Great. Awesome. We did go beyond what we wanted in terms of time, but I think it was a helpful discussion.
I think it was free flowing.
Yeah.
It was nice. I learned a
Awesome.
lot, and
Uh,
hopefully we can try something next time.